I was recruited at a very young age from Mar-a-Lago and entrapped in a world that I didn't understand, and I've been fighting that very world to this day, and I won't stop fighting. I will never be silent.
Donald Trump's connections with Jeffrey Epstein are now resurfacing after he has picked Kash Patel to be his FBI director. Let me connect the dots for you, because I know corporate media is too scared to discuss it. The video I just showed you was Virginia Giuffre. She was one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims who was trafficked by Epstein. She was found at Mar-a-Lago by Epstein's trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell, a lady who was very close with Donald Trump. Trump wished her well at her criminal trial. Also, a 14-year-old, or someone then 14-year-old at the time, testified at Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal trial that Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago as well when she was 14 years old. Jane Doe did that. So here's the deal. Virginia Giuffre, she was homeless. She then worked at Mar-a-Lago, recruited by Epstein. Got it? Over here, here's the call log of Jeffrey Epstein and plane log of Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump's number is repeatedly featured over and over again. Trump's in all of these depositions of Epstein. He's all over Epstein's list, and it's all over, okay? So who did Donald Trump pick to be his FBI director? Kash Patel. Right. So Kash Patel has been running on this platform, constantly running to be CIA director, FBI director, saying day one, here's what he's going to do. He's going to release the Epstein list. He's got Epstein's journal, and that he's going to release it on day one. Okay, want to take a bet now. Do you think Kash Patel is going to release more information about Jeffrey Epstein? Me thinks that's not going to take place. But just so you hear it in your own words, because this is what MAGAs have been running on, and this is what they've been talking about. They've been accusing Democrats of all of this stuff. And then, of course, then Donald Trump also picks Matt Gaetz, who's accused of child sex trafficking, to be the attorney general, who would have been Kash Patel's boss until Matt Gaetz withdrew his name after additional details of the sex trafficking allegations came out, which Matt Gaetz denies. But here's Kash Patel. I'll show you two videos of it. So here's one video of Kash Patel talking about the Epstein. I could show you dozens of these, but here's one. Let's play it.
So are you, like, in closing here, I want to just be very clear. Republicans could get Epstein's list out now? Like, how would that process work?
Simple. One subpoena to the FBI. Give me the list. Oh, you don't want to give me the list and you're going to break the law and commit contempt of Congress? We're going to take your money. We're going to take Chris Wray's private jet, taxpayer-funded G5 rides across the country to his Appalachian State vacation home down to Georgia and all over the rest of the place. That guy doesn't need a G5 government-funded jet. And the second you take that money, you get Epstein's list.
Here's the problem, Kash, is that they shut down the Lolita Express. So how are these guys going to fly on a private jet anymore? I mean, it's really a quandary, my friend.
Oh, man. I love it.
Okay, now here's another video of Kash Patel, who Donald Trump has now picked to be his FBI director. Here, play this clip.
I'm not saying it's not there. Who are you going to get to get that?
For instance, who is currently holding, this is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic school. Yeah. We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said, this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game.
All right, Kash Patel, you may want to start back in 2021, this article where talked about how Steve Bannon contacted Jeffrey Epstein over worries he would flip on Trump, a new book claims. The recent audio tapes of Jeffrey Epstein that were released leading up to the election that nobody really covered other than the Daily Beast and the Midas Touch Network and maybe a handful of others. Jeffrey Epstein's on these audio recordings saying of Trump, he came out afterward and said it was great. It was great. The only thing I really like to do is the F word, have sex with the wives of my best friends. That is just the best. Epstein is also an audio recording saying, "I was Donald Trump's closest friends." And as I mentioned at the outset of this video, here are the flight logs. Epstein was on Trump's plane with a young girl of an indiscriminate age. Witnesses said they couldn't tell if she was 15 or 20 years old. I'm true to my commitment that I'm not going to be playing any videos or audios of Donald Trump. I'll just show you the photo of this video where Donald Trump was asked about declassifying the Epstein files. Trump said, "I guess I would, but I think that's less so with the Epstein." He said, "I'll declassify like the JFK files, but less so with the Epstein files." He goes, "Because you don't want to affect people's lives. It's as if there's phony stuff in there, because it's a lot of phony stuff with that world." A lot of phony stuff with that world. Here's a photo of Donald Trump bringing his kids around Epstein. Donald Trump would party with Epstein all the time. In 2002, Donald Trump told New York Magazine that he thought Epstein was a terrific guy and noted he had a penchant for pursuing women on the younger side. Quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them are on the younger side." Now, Donald Trump's cabinet at one point recently, his cabinet picks, I think it was about 38 to 40% of his cabinet picks had sex assault allegations or allegations that they covered up sexual assault or child sex trafficking. I mean, significant amounts of accusations like that. I mean, and right before the election, more accusations against Donald Trump came out about women who said that Epstein would bring them to him, talk about having them travel to Mar-a-Lago and recruiting women to go to Mar-a-Lago. Very credible allegations against Donald Trump, but I digress. As we talk about Donald Trump's cabinet, though, in addition to, Kash Patel being FBI director, you have Pete Hegseth, who's been accused of sex assault allegations, rape of an unconscious woman. Pete Hegseth denies the allegations, although hush money payments were made to the woman. An NDA was made to the woman. I talked about Matt Gaetz' child sex trafficking allegations. He would have been the attorney general. He would have been Kash Patel's boss. Imagine that at the Justice Department. Kash Patel and Matt Gaetz, geez. And just so I'll just show you, I could show you dozens of videos like this of Republicans, but I think you'll get the point. Here is a MAGA Republican senator over here talking about how, sometimes these allegations, they're just not true. Serious allegations, just not true. Here, play this clip.
The Pentagon needs a serious course correction, so I'm going to have a lot of questions for him, but I think, he's the kind of guy who can do that.
You have questions about these allegations that have come out? Yeah.
I mean, but there's a process for that. Sometimes you got to take these allegations seriously. Sometimes, even when you take them seriously, they turn out to be inaccurate.
Here's Senator Tommy Tuberville. Play this clip.
For heaven's sakes, the police report is this. It says nothing happened. They didn't bring any charges. Now let's get to the agenda you just talked about. And Pete put it in his book, War on Warriors.
Exactly. And you can read a lot about that, as you just said, Larry. The thing about Pete is he's well-spoken. It's all out there. People can look at it. But a lot of this stuff was years ago. Now, again, you got to be responsible for your actions. But Pete has done everything he possibly can do to get it out there, to talk to people. Again, when we get to the hearings, probably somewhere around January 9th or 10th, Larry, it's going to be about the military. It's not going to be about his past references. Now, the Democrats are going to do everything they can to destroy probably one of the better people that we've ever had in the sector as a possible appointee as Secretary of Defense. But that's all they have. And they're going to try to destroy him. It's not going to work. He's going to work.
You see this meme right here also. RFK Jr. Would be on the Lolita Express with Jeffrey Epstein. He's friends with Epstein as well. He goes, "I flew on the Lolita Express with my friend Jeffrey Epstein." And then you see the person in the MAGA hat in the meme going, okay, I guess that's okay now. Look, I'm going to keep on reporting on this stuff. I'm not going to let up. And, we'll see if Kash Patel releases the Epstein files. We know what's in them already. We know Trump's name is on it all over the place. Notice how, corporate media then doesn't talk about it. It's so utterly pathetic. Whatever. We'll report on it here. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the Midas Touch newsletter at MidasTouch.com/newsletter.